Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Carlos with Twins Reef, and today is going to be a different type of video. It is going to be an update on the Red Sea Planet Aquarium. I know that the next update should be the saltwater tank, but this tank behind me needs a lot of attention because there's a lot of things going on with this tank, and it's just so visible that I need to keep you guys updated, and I just can't have it running how it is right now. So if you guys be patient with me, I will tell you guys and I'll show you guys what I'm actually talking about. As you guys can see, guys, this tank is a complete mess, and sorry for the reflection, but I normally do not record videos during the day, but I need to today because this tank definitely needs some attention. There's a big old algae bloom going on, guys. A bunch of hair algae here, brown algae and green algae, as you guys can see. Hopefully you guys are able to see on the plants right there. And they're suffocating the plants, so suffocating the plants could also mean that they could kill them. Right now there's no balance to the water column. All the nutrients in the water column, everything's disordered. So this tank definitely needs a water change ASAP, and we need to treat this algae as soon as possible. And if we look to the side, this is another side of the tank. I do not overfeed this tank, guys. I feed them once a day, and no, it's not because I added the fish right after I did a startup. Nope. The reason for this issue, guys, is the fact that we added new substrate to the tank, and that is what I'm guessing. We added the flubostratum, and it just has a bunch of ammonia and other nutrients. So I already been through this. That's why I'm actually going to be focusing on making a video regarding this topic. But for today, guys, what we're going to be doing a water change, probably adding an auto top off, and we're going to be dosing this tank with some Clean to get rid of any algae as soon as possible. And probably for the rest of the week, we're going to have the lights of this tank turned off. That way we could combat all the algae on the plants and get rid of this as soon as possible. But do not give up if you guys go through this. I've given up so many times, but finally in my last setup I just went through it and was actually able to conquer this issue and having a successful planet tank. But for now, guys, let's start with the water change. Alright, so let the cleaning process begin. We are going to scrape off the glass with a undersized algae scraper from, what are they called, Nano Flipper. So this algae scraper or glass cleaner that I'm using is undersized. It's meant for a thinner glass of a nano aquarium, but so far it's doing the job, since this algae doesn't hold itself too much to the glass like a saltwater reef type of algae would. So this does perfect. This works perfect for us at the moment. It just takes a little bit longer, but it is fine. That's the only thing I dislike about it. When you're moving fast, it just tends to float away or detach itself. Or could it be that I have no patience? So as you guys see the glass just clearing up, you'll be able to see a bunch of that nasty algae on the tank. So I've been through this, guys. It will go away, but it does take a while. Most likely I'll give it a month for this tank not to have no more algae issues. So it is going to take some patience, but I think at the end of the day it's going to be totally worth it. For leaving the lights off, I'm not so sure if I'm going to leave it for a week or two. We'll just find out how my patience is. Well, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. But man, this tank looks disgusting. This tank just makes you want to give up. And I've been through this and I felt this already before. That's why I know this is not the end, and you could easily control a situation like this, because I've done it before. Alright, let me clean the other side now. And after we clean that side, I'll just put my hands inside the aquarium and manually remove all that algae from the plants, hopefully not detaching the plant's roots from the substrate, because that'll be just a little bit of a heartache in our part. And again, I want to apologize for if there's any glare on the tank. It is still daytime, but I just want to do this ASAP because lately I've been having back issues, and I just want to be inside resting, enjoying my day, because it is the weekday and tomorrow there is work. So yeah, there you go. So we've already cleaned the tank. As you guys can see, we cleaned the glass. Now all I have to actually do is pick up all that algae with my hand, manually remove it. And good thing I have cement or concrete, whatever we want to call it, and I'll just throw it on the floor. When it dries up, just pick it up. So let me move the camera just a bit so that you guys are able to see what I'm gonna be doing with this tank. All right. Just for now, I'm going to turn off or pause the flow of the tank. All right. That way it allows us to remove as much algae as possible. And dang, guys, this is crazy. Look at this. Oh, so it is picking up plants at the same time as it's being removed. So we are gonna lose some plants, but hey, that's how it is. Oh man. I want to show you guys real quick just the top view of the tank. And you guys can see all that hair algae, green algae, brown bearded algae, whatever you guys want to call it. This tank is a total disaster at the moment. So this does take a lot of patience. Patience. Definitely. And we just want to be as gentle as we can with the plants. That way we don't remove plants from the roots of, oh man. But I don't know if I'm gonna have the patience for it, to be honest. I've been through this, and just going through it again, like dang. Oh man. Just want to get like a brush and brush everything off. Look at this. Horrible. Dude. It's just disgusting. Like, damn. Wow. I love freshwater planted tanks, but I just hate this here. I don't know, man. I don't know if I have the patience for this. This thing's just suffocating all my plants. It's everywhere. It's all in the driftwood. How could I let this happen? Oh man, what an ugly stage. I know it seems like I'm not doing much, but I'm just scraping off whatever hair algae I can from the driftwood. At the same time, I'm disturbing the plants, the fish, making a bigger mess. But this has to be done, because if we just leave it alone and not do water changes, this will get out of control, and yeah, your fish will probably end up dying, suffocating. Oh man, this is just so horrible. I want to give up. Alright, I think that's pretty much it, what I'm going to do for today. Like, I honestly don't think I have the patience for it. I have some water prepared. I am using RODI water for this tank. So I have about 10 gallons pre-made of RODI water. So we'll be removing 10 gallons out of this tank. At the same time, removing some of that hair algae from the tank, and then we'll treat it with ChemiClean. Turn off the lights for. We'll be turning off the lights for a week or two and see what happens, guys. I'll keep you guys updated. So you guys saw what I did. All I did was basically just clean the algae of the glass, picked up some of the hair algae, removed some of the hair algae manually. I just don't have the patience for it, and not only that, my plants, they haven't rooted yet to the substrate. So at the same time, I do not want to remove them from the substrate, and it just gives me more of a headache. But yeah, the tank looks disgusting. It looks horrible, cloudy in person. It looks more dirty than how it looks in video. So we'll do a 10 gallons water change, and then we'll dose it with ChemiClean. Again, I thought I was going to be adding the auto top off. If I do, I'll add it to this video, but if I don't today, we'll add it in another video. It all depends, my patience and the timing. It's around 7 p.m. already. The sun goes down around 8:45, but I do not have RODI water, so there's no reason for me to setting up the auto top off if we don't have no RODI water ready for a tank. But yeah, this tank looks disgusting. I think I should just feed the fish, might as well. Since I'm gonna be doing a water change, I should just might as well be feeding the fish, because they're not gonna get food. Probably they won't be getting food tomorrow. I know, horrible, feel bad for them, but that is what we have to do. Alright, so let me just look for the vacuum hose for the tank, remove some of that dirty water, give it to the roses outside, and add new water and treat it with ChemiClean. Hopefully I have enough ChemiClean for this size of a tank or volume of water. But I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I hope it's not that boring. It could be, I know, because it's just like a random video that I'm making, but at the same time I just want to document it, that way and show you guys what this tank has been through. The reason we're going through this algae bloom is, in my opinion, is because we added substrate, and I've dealt with this experience previously with the fluvostratum, and usually it takes like a month or two for it to actually cycle and break down in the tank, and after that I won't have algae issues. But I'm pretty sure with in a month or so. We're still going to be dealing with algae, but not as much as we're doing right now. This tank has probably been set up for about I'll say like 2 to 3 weeks already, and the fish that have been added has only been the neons, tetras, and the 3 discus fish. And like I said, I only feed these fish once a day. So we'll give the fish about 5 minutes just for them to eat, and after those 5 minutes we'll start with the water change. So I have my 2 buckets, making a total of 10 gallons. I have my hoses that could get out, but this should be good. It should work. And like I said, let's start with the water change. So I'm going to be as careful as possible to not remove any of the plants or substrate, but if we do, then there isn't really much that we can do. Alright, so we are about done already with the water change. I did pick up a bunch of plants from their substrate, but guys, this algae just attached itself like too much, but I'll try to recover as many plants as I can from the gallons, from the buckets. Basically all the Monte Carlo, a couple of the red pins and wisteria were picked up, but what could we do, guys? It's either the plants or the algae that has to leave. So there we have it. So that's it. We have about 10 gallons of water that has been removed. Now what I have to do, I just get myself a net. Plants would always float on top due to their light weight, so that I'll scoop them back up. And what I'm gonna do with these plants, just put them back to the tank and hoping that they recover from this. I don't like wasting plants. Alright. Right, so the plants are back, as not all of them, but it's some of them, which is better to my conscience than, you know, than having a bunch of plants just gone. So now we do just go dump this dirty water to the plants, feed the plants outside, and put new water in. Alright guys, so we just added the 10 gallons of RODI water, just fresh water, and we remove all that dirty water with some of that hair algae. You can still see the algae in the water column. Let's see if we could zoom in. You guys can still see it. It still looks disgusting. It still looks dirty, but that is just what we could do with this water, with today's water change. Removing about 10 gallons of water. Like I told you guys, we are gonna turn off the lights for a couple of days, a week or two, and not only that, we are gonna start treating it with ChemiClean. This ChemiClean product is actually meant for red cyanobacteria. For saltwater aquariums, they do sell the green one, green cyanobacteria, or the green ChemiClean thing, or blue or red. I forgot how the box looks, and it's for freshwater, but it's more expensive. But regardless, this works as well, and hopefully I have some. Yes, it is for red cyano, but I've noticed that it works with all the type of algae. It just gets rid of the algae, and it does not affect your plants or any of your livestock. So we're going to read over the instructions. It says keep the aquarium oxygen levels must be increased. Okay, turn off UV, remove ChemiPure or any carbon treatment. We are doing that. It says continue using protein skimmer, which we are not using that. Maintain normal water flow using pumps and power heads. Okay, for every 10 gallons of aquarium water, dissolve 1 level scoop included of ChemiClean. So each level scoop of this small, let's see if we could zoom in on it. For every little scoop of this little spoon, it's for 10 gallons, this being a 43 gallon tank, and there's probably 20 to 30 gallons of water in there because of the substrate and the hardscape that removes the water. Volume of the tank, we are still going to be treating it like if it's a 40 gallon tank. So we're going to be using 4 scoops, and hopefully I have enough. It seems like I do. And final instructions, it says successful treatment may take up to 48 hours. So we're going to have it in there for 48 hours, and then after those 48 hours, if we still have some ChemiClean, we'll do those steps again. So what we get, guys, we get some water. And we get I've been having this ChemiClean product for a while now, and the reason I bought it's not because I had cyanobacteria in my saltwater tank, but it was because of the first time I set up a high-tech Planet aquarium with my 30 long integrated marine tank, which was a total failure, and I'll be talking about that why. And it seems like we still have enough powder for a second dose. So this is just gonna be our first dose for today, and for some reason it cleared up perfectly. And just to be safe, or not even safe, guys, I think I'm gonna just do another scoop of this. I don't know if it's gonna be overkill. Hopefully everything does fine, but I'm gonna just do one more. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference or not, but there you go. So it's basically like we're treating it like it's a 50 gallon aquarium. I don't think nothing big it's going to happen, so we just mix it up, and that thing dissolved like crazy. It dissolved super well. So now what we do is just, there you go, dump it, and we can't see it because it's basically dissolved and blended in with the water. And that's it for today's video, guys. The final step that I am going to do is basically just clean out the sponges, and I'm pretty sure that is something you guys would prefer for me just to skip over. One thing I also wanted to share with you, this is a Red Sea Reefer 170. It does have a sump I do have a little light here. So what I've noticed, yeah, so the light needs charging. But what I've noticed, there's a bunch of little guppy babies. Somehow they went through the overflow and now they reside here on the sump. So we'll see how they grow. I'm gonna just let them be. But I will get the sponges there. We're gonna let this tank run for a little while, and just right after that, after this tank runs for 30 minutes, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be cleaning the sponges out, and most likely we're not going to be doing the auto top off for today's video. That would have to be for another video, since this video is just there's just too much going on right now with this tank. And yeah. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video makes sense and I hope it's enjoyable, but if not, I apologize. Till later guys, I am out. Peace.